Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for the brief stop on the music, but we're going right into our match here. Tonight, we have Stevenson University versus University of Missouri. It's the Mustangs versus the Tigers, and we're in for a good time for these activation matches. Starting on off here, we're going to be on Samoa to begin with here at the resort. We're going to have Stevenson on Team Blue, while the Tigers, University of Missouri, will be on Team Red. I'm looking forward to seeing how the teams will do going into the season, no less, as we had some move arounds. But without further ado, welcome everyone. Let's take a look at our comps here. From the side of Stevenson, it looks like we're going to be starting with the regular brawl-centric setup with the typical Hanzo and Bastion. Now, as for the side of the Tigers, they're going for a more poke comp. Interesting. Let's see if this is going to be successful or not as they play their distance. Going to be heading right on into it here. Let's take a look at how they work together. Starting immediately, we're going to be seeing the Tigers here take control of the point. CJ is going to be the one that has to meet them first. Coming in from the behind here is going to be Quits on the Bastion, trying to set up a watch out from the flank. You're going to find Sneaky Shot just on the off angle, getting zoned away with the Lucio and Quits on Bastion here. They're playing it very smart and safe in order to not get picked out immediately. Legend is the first to fall against Sneaky Shot here, and they're going to have to try to deal with this rotation. Coming on out, the point is going to turn over for the side of the Tigers here as Stevenson must retreat. They have to get out immediately, at least they be staggered as so. So starting it on up with the Tigers having point, we're going to have to see if Stevenson can pivot themselves around and prep themselves to go in once again. Taking a look at Legend here on the angle. Just missing the headshot there, but trying once again. Gets a nice body shot there and can see the entire team. Just one good shot will place them where they need it to be. He's playing it very aggressively to start, no less. They could be punished here, but that's not going to be the case going in. On around the side here, we're going to be seeing the Ramatra push in aggressively with the Lucio behind him. Rock comes on out, and Sneaky Shot is the first to fall. They've given up this point quite a bit. They just completely gave up the point without choosing to fight it. I believe here, maybe they're trying to build up for ults. Let's take it from the eyes here of Mojo X Evil, who's going to be leading this poke composition, building up for the Flux. The idea here is to try to separate these healers from the side of Stevenson so they cannot get the value needed. Stevenson keeping their distance, playing back and forth. Rock comes out, complete miss no less. The beat drop hits, and it's a beautiful save. Legend does fall, and Sneaky Shots coming in on the flank from the side there. Stevenson's going to have to start making some plays with ults here as well. Has to play it safe as they did have a number of people lost. CJ is in a world of hurt. Window has been activated in order to try to heal on up. They're making a lot of progress on this point. Just missing on past there. They better watch out because coming from the side there is Sneaky. As we're going to be seeing over here, Rhea helping to move the people on in. Loafer now with the visor here, trying to get into a position useful, but he's getting completely body blocked from finding anything. Two are down from the side of the Mustangs here as they continue their onslaught. Now coming in on the side here, Quits doing his best to stay alive, and it's only Ramatra on. Last one to try to build up their ult charge and take this point. Despite the fight, that was a good number of ults invested, both the Kiriko and the Soldier. A great combo play coming out from them both. Now going to be coming on back here for the setup. We do see Legend swap over to the Genji here, and going to be working their way around. Biggest thing for them to do here is to try to see if they can catch someone off guard going in. Quits is going to be activating the artillery barrage, moving their way on in. Artillery barrage going to chase down the soldier, but Ram is taking quite a hit. Unji now in the back line here, working hard and efficiently, looking for sneaky shot here, having the overclock activated as well, just missing the Genji. That is not what you need from the side of the Tigers. Another flux being activated here. They are able to take down CJ. Legend's now going to be following it on up, trying to get what value they can, but things are looking pretty dire for the Mustangs here. Coming around here into the overtime, Neon just falls. And the first point goes to the Tigers.
Score 0-1. Ready for battle.
Now here we're going to be at the tropical beaches here of the Samoa. This style of the map is a little different from the previous one we saw. Here you're going to have the point right down in the center. So given that now the Tigers have the lead, they could really shut out Stevenson here if they keep the pressure on. As for the side of the Mustangs here, they're going to have to try to play around some more rotations here, maybe try things a bit differently. Now we see the swap over to the Soldier, but keeping the Genji going into this might be a plan of success. Going to be taking a look here for this first initial engagement. Making their way on up, slowly but surely. Going to have to see Stevenson try to take some space here, but neither side really finding the edge quite yet. Quits doing a good amount of damage over the Loafer, and they're going for the chase as well. On from the side here, we will be seeing TMNT keeping their team up, and they are going to be playing it safe. Stevenson does take the point to start. This is a great lead for them compared to the last round. So looking to see if they can make more value out of it. Sneaky shot in a very precarious spot, but going to get out just fine. As we're going to be seeing here, Stevenson's able to hold around these corners, but they have to watch their flank here as they go down to the ground. Now coming for a push onto the Ramatra, going on in here. Genji with the reflect, just getting on the Soldier, could make the finisher. They get it as needed just before Sneaky Shot gets the limb. They're going to have to retreat out of here, the Tigers, in order to try to have another fight to engage into. Legend will be making their way on back from the spawn, but it seems that the Tigers want to try a different angle yet again. Coming into the left side here, this is a very small room to be playing in, and one that could be very dangerous against a Ramatra, no less. As soon as this Annihilation is activated, they're going to have one heck of a time making this push here. Annihilation has been activated, and they are capitalizing on the chaos here. Take a look at this. No Fear cleaning up what's ever left of the Tigers. And with that, we're going into 80% on the point. Not much time left. All 5 ults are available for the side of the Tigers. They have used nothing until now. But Stevenson also has a lot to work with here. We're going to be seeing window gain activated with the Sojourn. And now just mere little of 5 seconds left. That's going to be Kiriko down first. Following up with Mojo Evo getting punished for going alone. The visor is activated and in use here. Things are turning for the favor of the Tigers here. Through everything else, they were able to capture this point into overtime. Well, what did it cost them? That would be their tank ult, their support ult, and Loafer to get it. They still have Overclock as well as Kasune Rush, but it's going to have to be something fierce if effective. Because looking at this going in, Legend has a blade just waiting to find its blood. It's now a Ram v Ram comp here that we're facing, and we're going to be seeing how both sides adapt. Lucio is going to be the first to fall here, and CJ is no better as he's taking on too much damage to sustain themselves at the moment. That's going to be the tank down for Stevenson, and Stevenson now has to forcibly regroup and try to fall back. Looking to go for the long haul here. We're going to be seeing them actually playing a very precarious positioning here. Legend is not in the safest of spots. Going to be trying to look to see if they can make their move on in here. Now making their front. Seems that Quits is going to be the first to fall there. That's one DPS down that you don't want for the side of the Mustangs. As for the Tigers, you're holding your line very strong. We're going to be seeing some sort of push here. Probably coming out from the side of the Tigers. Trying to make their way to get some follow-up picks in order to keep the staggering up. Hunting down the BAP here. BAP almost getting taken down. But CJ is looking for the play. The blade comes on out. The Kitsune Rush just hits perfectly. So even Annihilation's not able to find the value they want. Thanks to Neon, they're able to shut down the Soldier before they're able to get the Visor into overtime here. Lucio's the last one to be able to touch here. Can they make it? Yes, sirree. But Neon's going to make short work of that. Ball just barely makes the touch in time. Altar being invested here, and they're looking to just stop anyone else from touching. It's now a game of momentum here, seeing what they can snowball on through. Beat Drop's been activated, and it's just cleanup duty here on round number 2.
Score 1-1. Ready for battle.
Beautiful setup here right now. Both sides even up 1-1. And now comes down to this final map here, as we're going to see what the strategy going into this is. We see a swap over to Doomfist here, which is quite the peculiar choice, I must say. You don't typically see Doomfist on this part of the map in the volcano, in the thermal reactor. Will it prove effective? Oh, only time will tell, as they're going to be meeting themselves. Gotta be starting here on the far left side while the Tigers go through main here. Stevenson has the high ground, and it's going to prove difficult for the side of the Tigers to really contest them here, especially given that the point's not even activated yet. Stevenson really looking to try to get a pick off here and find someone who's isolated. CJ going in for a complete hit choice for picks. Lucio just getting a little away, but they find a pick at the end of the day. Reaper's the next target that they're trying to burn through. Loafer forced to retreat. It seems that the Tigers have to regroup and possibly change their strategy here going into this. Seems that Doomfist may not be the play. However, I stand corrected. They're going to be keeping it and only swapping the Lucio out for the Ana. Maybe looking for some antis and some isolation of targets to go with. We'll find out here. Going to be the first one to fall there is going to be Mojo. Now falling on up. Stevenson's going to just keep their distance because they don't want to move in too close and lose a member themselves. They have great control at this point right now, and the longer they can maintain it, the better chances they have at securing this map. Legend getting ambushed here by Loafer. Could be going in for another engagement, but that's going to be a quick early rate there as the Reapers are just duking it out. Going to be looking at some annihilation here, but immediately just dissolved by CJ through the annihilation. And that's just the one ult from Stevenson. They still have many in the bank to work with, so you got to be very mindful about your next engagement. Off of Doomfist, on to Junker Queen now. Probably looking to see if they can isolate targets and get some antis going in here. It's going to be hard to say for certain, especially if you can't make the distance here. Ramatra has great control of corners as well as points in general. So what you need is to try to target the back line quickly and efficiently, but you don't have any sort of Lucio. Coming in from the side with the overclock here, it's going to be Neon versus the Window and overclock of Stevenson themselves. That's going to be the shutdown right there, followed by with the second And just cleaning up shop with the third. That might be it there, ladies and gents. Unless someone can make the touch, I believe that is going to be Stevenson with map number 1. A very close first map to start for certain here, with play of the game going to none other than Quits, the legendary beasts themselves. I mean, taking a look at this utilization of the window, when things were starting to look dire, they brought it right back around, really securing them the win here. We're going to be going to a short break here. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Welcome to Circuit Royale. Here, we're going to be seeing an escort mission. So what is an escort, you may be asking yourself, for those of you that are new to this or don't really understand video games in general. I'll make it real simple. As the attackers, you'll be coming out of this spawn right here, right? And you have this car right in front to get all the way to the finish line, or as far as you can, before time runs out. As for the defenders, they want to stop you from doing just that. There are 3 points to achieve here. The first, here at the finish line. The second, found right in front of the hotel. And then the third, located right in the center of the lobby. When all 3 are achieved, the sides will swap, but each time a point is captured, time is awarded. Taking a look at our teams here, we do see that the University of Missouri is now going to be playing on the defense, while Stevenson University will start on the attack. Not too much changes, but we do see some swap outs. Rhea has now been swapped out for Amikari. And as for the side of Stevenson, no changes, but Stevenson will be attacking first. Let's see how this map goes. Going to be starting to lead the charge here. Let's take a look at Mojo, who's playing it very up close and personal into this fight. Coming around from behind them, we're going to be seeing Sneaky Shot trying to just rail into the barrier. Has a full charge of the railgun, but is mainly focused on the tank. An interesting strategy there, given that you want to try to get as much damage and a clean pick where possible. A rock comes out beautifully from CJ here, and they're going to be looking to try to separate Mojo. Mojo now getting in close and personal. Gets him with the trick shot and some absorption to boot. A lot of chaos is going on right here, but it seems that the Mustangs are starting to take space against the Tigers here, but they have to play it safely. At least they fall 1, 2, no, 3 Mustangs perish. Now the Mustangs are going to have to reset themselves, as that push did not go the way they expect. A complete team kill coming out from the Tigers here. So, looking at this, we may be seeing some ults coming into this next fight. Tempo is going to be key into this battle here. They have complete separation of Mojo here. If they can capitalize on his positioning, that will be perfect for the side of the Mustangs, but they're just going to play it safe. Taking a look here, let's tune in over to Quit, the soldier on the side of the Mustangs here, who's trying to do their best as they can. Damage is going to be the biggest play difference maker here. Going to be seeing the Flux come on out here, just misses on out, but what's this? Going to be met with their own Flux. Can they get the kill beforehand? They don't, but they still get the trade nonetheless, thanks to Legend himself. Now going to be going up towards the high ground here. Sneaky Shot is on a mission, and they want that kill. Possibly going to be seeing an overclock activated here, but TMNT is going to be eliminated first, so it's best for the Tigers to save and regroup, as the card's now going to begin its progression once more. Going into the high ground here, here come tanks and DPS, while Stevenson tries to hold the space. It's a bit of a difficult situation here for either side, as it's really just waiting for one or the other to make a mistake. But it seems that mistake might be coming out here first from Mojo, as Mojo is separated there. Coming around the side here, we do hear the tactical visor has been activated. It's going to be Legend caught out in the open first, trying to get the Kiriko next for the follow-up, but not to any avail. They're playing it very safe and sane. But I spoke too soon, as Aku falls. Now Stevenson getting pushed back, and just over a minute left. They need to regroup and try to strategize for this next push. The Tigers working very well. 3 ults are on the board, but Stevenson coming up to almost all of theirs. 60 seconds remaining. A lot on the line here to try to get that first objective. That's coming in on the side here, checking out the soldier. Loafer trying to keep the distance and be smart, aggressive here. Doing a lot of good damage for his team while providing those extra heals where needed. Hooking the hunt down Legend. Not going to be the case right away. Neon does get taken on down with the overclock activated from either side here. Quicks is not finding the hits they need right away. Legend able to make the trade. But is it enough? I dare say it is not. 20 seconds remaining on the clock. It all comes down to this Kitsune Rush and Flux here. They're going to have to get it moving. 10 seconds remaining. Will they be able to get anyone in there on time? I don't know. This rock's going to be coming in fast and hard here. Can they get someone to touch? Yes, sirree, they do. They were able to get it just in time. The Flux is big and large in charge. They're able to get a large number of them, but they need to find the picks to follow it on up. They're able to get 1, 2, looking to find the third. They get it! Yes, sirree! But it's just the tank here. Despite what a magnificent play we saw, it seems the Tigers are able to hold their ground and complete round 1.
Score 0-0. Switching sides. Initiating match.
A close one there for the first round. It was down to the wire here for the very millimeters left. Unfortunately, Stevenson just couldn't get the objective there, and as such are now tasked with a surmountable defense to put up with. Now in such a position here, what will their strategy be going into this next fight? As we're going to be seeing here, Neon and Aku over onto the Alari Mercy. A good strategy here with the pocket. Going for an Ash as well. That large amount of damage with Dynamite could find some use here. As for the side of the Tigers, they're not going to change a single thing. They're comfortable with their picks, and they're going to stick to their guns. And I don't blame them. I mean, they were able to recover every time they were being pushed upon and met tempo. So, what else can you do other than continue the play? Well, without further ado, we're about to get started right on here into round number 2. Will Stevenson be able to successfully defend, or will the Tigers find another victim?
The payload.
Find out here. Coming around the corner here, we'll be taking a look at Sneaky Shot, who's going to be a real damage dealer for the side of the Tigers. He's just been almost uncontested for the most part, and it's something to make worth note of how effective they've been. There they go on the flank here. Legend going to be trying to get around on their flank here, but Thanes have taken a turn for the worse as CJ has fallen here. Immortality does go down, but Legend is playing with fire here. It is quite the position. However, they do find their first pick. Trades are going out back and forth here from either side. Quits just escaping near death. Now trying to play it for life here. Trying to see where they can get the picks with the Alari. Just missing some crucial shots, but a beautiful knockaway. Taking a look over here on the side. Now going to be seeing a Sune Rush ready to roll. They may be saving it just for Tactical Visor. Something's going to have to start to give here from either side. The rock comes out successfully so, but they're still being pushed back nonetheless. What's this? Coming out now with the use of the Sunburst. Now going to be falling up into the backline. The Menace, the one and only Neon, finding the picks for the side of Stevenson. Only ult used for that fight, and a successful fight one it was. 2 minutes now remaining on the clock. This is now going to come down to combos. We're going to be seeing more than likely a use of Gravitational Flux along with Kitsune Rush and Tactical Visor. But if Stevenson can just get some picks here early, they'll have the advantage. Unfortunately for them, they're going to be knocked down to start. And what's this? It seems that the Gravitational Flux has been immediately canceled. They're around the corner. They are able to get the first, and now they're following up on some more. The rock's going in. He's going to get the slam down on him. Looking for that BAP. Their BAP is 1 health and a dream, and they're still continuously fighting this on out. Things are looking dire for Amikari, but they are able to get escorted out safely nonetheless. I am standing corrected. They're getting taken out by Quits here, who is on a rampage. what would have been a turn of a fight turned out to be a stall of the point here. I mean, take a look at this. They have the angles, they have their numbers, and they're putting on the pressure. Rock coming out once again from these tanks here. They're trying to meet each other, but Mojo Evo has been knocked down yet again. Valkyrie has been activated by the side of Stevenson here, and 60 seconds remain. Stevenson probably didn't need to activate the Valk, but it was just to make sure people stay alive and to push back the Tigers. Truly amazing what we're seeing here right now, but it's all going to be coming to a head here as we're going to be looking at this overclock here to be activated, probably trying to get on that high ground immediately. Here coming in, the Rock just missing, now trying to be met with a Dragon here. It's dealing quite a bit of damage, and that's going to be the first support down. That's no Kisune Rush for you, and that's going to be Bap also taking a knee here momentarily. That's the window with the Sunburst as well. Sneaky shot, tries to go for an aggressive play, but it does not pay off. 10 seconds are going to be remaining as players start to get on back. They can't be holding on to these ults anymore as it's really costing them. Going for the shots. They do get taken down. Legend is the first to fall. Bob is out on the field, and they're looking to just try to make Soldier completely useless there with that visor. Not able to find the picks they were looking for. They're able to get the ball into that flux there. Does deal half damage, so beautifully executed as so. And I don't believe anyone's going to be touching yet again. Stevenson takes map number 2. Lo and behold, what looks dire is not the end. Yet Mojo X Evil, the Mercy's Angel himself, the defending, the stalwart master, really holding the line for his team, making sure none shall pass. We'll head over to a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Welcome to Cerveza. Here it is potential match point in favor of Stevenson University. Despite what we were seeing, what I would say prior, oh, is there an issue with my game? I can't seem to move at all. Something has happened. This is odd. Usually I'm not supposed to have the mouse here. Odd. This is not good. Huh. I can't even select anything. Oh no. Please.
4, 3, 2.
So we're gonna have to. I don't know what happened there. My I can't type. Yeah, I'm gonna do a quick reload, guys. I'll be right back. Hello everyone, we are back. Sorry for that technical difficulty. I have no idea what happened, but welcome to Cerveza! Here we are going to be playing a game mode known as Flashpoint. Similar to what you were seeing earlier, known as the Control Point, it is still a King of the Hill style, but in this situation, the point capture is faster, and you have to win a best of 5 on this entire map. There's going to be 5 different points that teams can capture. Whoever gets 100% per point and is the first to capture 3 will win. Now, as mentioned, this is game point here potential for the Mustangs, so University of Missouri is in quite a bit of trouble. They have to be very careful going into this. Without further ado, not much time to be chatting about it, as both sides are going to be leaving their respective spawns. Blue team's going to be the Tigers, red team, the Mustangs. Let's see how they meet on point here. Taking a look from either side, Stevenson's going to be going from the far rear, while the Tigers are going to be coming in through the front entrance. A different strategy from both sides, but they have plenty of space in order to counter one another. First one to see some action in the fight is going to be Legend here, and Stevenson's going to be playing it back away and safe. Looking to play for the poke here, but what's this? Legend on the flank here as the Genji playing a bit of a nuisance, if you will, to their opponents. Point's going to first be taken over by the side of the Tigers here. Stevenson has to be very smart, as the way the Tigers are playing this. They want to separate, isolate, and eliminate their opponents one by one. Taking a look at this chaos from the overhead, we're going to be seeing that a lot of damage coming on out against the supports of the Mustangs. They're going to have to fall back immediately. They do get a dash kill and sneaky shot. Rhea both fall. despite the team kill coming out here. We're now looking at 45% and still counting. Like I said, this goes fast. At least I would say 50% faster than the normal. Now with Lucio going to escort the Mei back, Lucio makes it back quicker than the rest. Let's check in over on Mojo, who's helping hold the line here up front. Going to be making their push here around the side. Just misses the knife, but deals a great amount of bleed. It's going to have to be careful for this engagement here. They're looking to just build ults and just play it into them aggressively. Neon is able to get this high ground. Loafer does come around the backside, however, and they're looking for some picks. Unfortunately, they aren't able to heal up in time for themselves, and it's going to be a cleanup here against the Mustangs. Stevenson just has to regroup. Legends right behind, in front of his spawn, I might say. Now we're going to be heading over to the ruins here, where we first spawned in with the cameras here. Ruins, you're going to be heading down the stairwell here right to the center of this point. This is a very encased point, so anything that has AoE effects, like Mei's Blizzard, is very effective. Speaking of Mei, Mei is actually in a world of hurt, able to get escorted away by the Lucio. If Stevenson's quick to rotate on him, they could catch him out early. Now coming around the side, they're looking to see if they can get Mojo. Mojo has been taking quite a bit of damage. The beat drop is coming on down, and Legends looking for the blade. Going in with the first slash, second slash, and looking for some more. They're able to get the kill onto TMNT Blue, and they're making the reflect onto the Reaper. Just going to be looking for the dash reset here if they can get it on time, but unfortunately for them, that's not going to be the case coming around here. Does get it instead. I stand corrected. They need to get that Joker Queen, who's so low in one, but that's not going to be enough as it turns over to the Tigers. Tigers now going to be backing up to regroup to get some healing, while Stevenson's going to put themselves in a position to get back together. They don't have Lucio, so they aren't going to be moving fast to capture the point while the regroup is taking place. What's going to happen here is going to have to be alt economy awareness. As we're going to be seeing here, Laurie is actually doing quite a bit of damage against the Tigers here. You might want to be keep a keen eye out for how they're playing this. Able to get the zoning away despite the rampage. Their Legend and CJ are going in with a fury. Annihilation to boot. I don't know if that was much needed, but they are going to secure that point. Turns over to the Mustangs. Now that they are in control, they need to maintain it. This can go quick, but only if you can stop the push from your opponents. So one of those big pushes is going to have to play against Kiriko ult. This Kitsune Rush is very effective at running down their opponents, especially if they get walled off initially. Taking a look over here at Loafer, he's going to be the Reaper trying to get some frontline damage. The Cleanse helps stop initially, but it's going to be a Kitsune Rush now coming on out. Loafer is going to be the one to really get things going. We may be seeing some ults come out here from the Mustangs, but that's not going to be the case as Loafer has just gone on a murder spree. Point turns back over to the Tigers. Stevenson has one more chance to touch, but will they be quick enough? I doubt it. In fact, the Mei is coming up first in order to try to block their path, so they may not be able to touch. Now, Quits is going to be running for the push, but they cannot get him in on time. Now Stevenson is going to be forced to retreat and recover themselves, try to play the strategy a bit different. Heading our way over now to the palace here, the one with a fountain, but oh my, Aku's been gravely injured. Now they're going to have to be running back here. They're able to recover just enough, but the damage dealt is still impactful. Right now, Sneaky Shot does have a Blizzard ready to work with, so could totally just win the point outright. However, Stevenson is banking on their own ults. They have 4 in the bank, and 5, the 5th coming on to deck. Coming around the side here, we're going to be taking a look at this Kiriko. Speaking of Laurie, here it comes. The Sunburst is coming around the side, and it's going to be the follow-up with the Blizzard. They're trying to keep up their tank here, but there's just so much going on. And with that beat drop, that's just going to secure the point for the side of the Tigers. However, that was a good number of ults invested alone. They were using 2, the beat drop and the Blizzard there. So, in tempo, great. Now they just got to build it up again. As for the Mustangs here, the strategy they need to start working is to play a bit of a different angle. You can't be playing this up front and center. You got to try to play on the side. Maybe get to that high ground that will catch those healers off guard, like with the overclock here. CJ's job here is going to have to be a tougher one as they need to just sustain themselves. Rampage is ready to go. So we're going to have to see if it will be used immediately or not. Nia is now on the Zenyatta, so that will help with the Discord. Annihilation into effect as well here. The supports are the main target for this push. Blade being activated, and they're not able to get them safely anywhere, as Loafer is just looking to clean up whatever is left here. It seems to me that the Tigers are going to take Saravasa.
Victory.
That was a complete blowout, I might say. Stevenson really having a hard time there. But the trickster himself, CJ, coming in with the Nemesis form, going right into the Annihilation just to make sure that everything would go their way. Going to go to a quick break once again, going into map number 4. That's going to be Push. We'll see you soon. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Colosseo, located in the heart of Italy. As you can probably guess, this is, in fact, the Roman Colosseum. We are still in a potential match point situation for the Mustangs. However, the Tigers did make a sweeping comeback there on Flashpoint. Very dominant, I might say. So, given that we're now going to a push map, where the objective is to push these barriers over 2 checkpoints and to get it as far of a distance as possible, further than your opponent, what would work out for the side of University of Missouri? Only time will tell, but it's definitely a different monster to handle compared to a rushed King of the Hill style gameplay. No surprise here, we're going to be seeing practically the exact same lineup here coming out from the side of University of Missouri. By taking a look at their composition here, it's practically all the same except for Sneaky Shot, who is on the Soldier. As for Stevenson, they're going to try to change things up a bit. They're working a bit of chemistry here, working their SIG. There's Sneaky Shot on the May. Not to be surprised, as if it's effective, continue to do it. So for Stevenson, it seems they're going to be playing a lot more poke-heavy composition here that will focus around playing a sort of mid-game. They don't want to overcommit their positioning here. They want to try to be smart and see where they can find the picks. Taking a look at Mojo, who's moving in immediately for some plays. TMNT is actually going to be the first to fall. Wall's already been used, and now it's going to be an onslaught of a push here. Coming around the side here, we will be seeing Reaper having the force on back here, as well as Rhea having fallen themselves. So now, Stevenson is in full control at this point, as Quits is able to shut down Sneaky Shot, even getting the stagger kill onto the tank. That is quite the play right there. Stevenson now in full control and has taken the high ground as well. So take a look at that, as they're able to maintain this space and force them off the brawl concept as well to match. I believe Stevenson's going to be in a very good position here going forward. Taking a look around the side here now. Seems that the tanks want to play here. Both sides trying to see what is the best strategy going into this. Let's take a visual perspective here. Legend able to get a beautiful headshot executed onto Sneaky Shot here. BAP trying their best to keep up the team. Rhea forced off the Lucio, now onto the Baptiste with Alari staying on their own position. What's this? On the flank here, we're starting to see a zone up with the Flux and the kill to secure the double. Can he find a triple? Oh yes, sirree, they are hungry for more. And that's the triple we're looking for. Although it was a suicide, it still counts. And now Stevenson takes the first checkpoint. Now with that, they have forward spawn, and it's a swap over the Doomfist. This is... I'm not sure what this decision here is entirely, because Doomfist is not in the greatest of positions, but we seem to have experienced a pause here out of the blue. Odd. Typically we see the call for a pause, but that's not going to be the case here. So let's just turn over to a quick intermission. Hello there, everyone. How y'all doing? I'll turn it back over once it is ready to go, but it seems that, yeah, we're called and pause for Uni Wi-Fi. Alright. It seems teams are going to be readying on up here, so let's get you guys back into the mix. Coming back on over here, let's take a look at our composition once again. Stevenson having 1, 2 in the bank already for their ults, and 2 more coming on to deck. As for the side of the Tigers, they only have Kitsune Rush, but they got to make it worth value with their Reaper. It was effective last time. Maybe they can do it again. Let's see how they're going to make their push around this corner. Oh no! That's going to be TMNT having taken the fall themselves. They're looking to see if they can shut down Legend, but that's going to leave a mark in the morning. Legend does fall in the end, but at what cost to the Tigers? After all, Reaper gets staggered on out there, and it's just one pick after the other after the other. Rhea has swapped over to the Mercy, which now is over to the BAP. Not sure about the picks themselves. The rock does not hit. Kisune Rush now into effect, but it's not hitting the shots. Now looking at the Sunburst coming in here. We're looking to see a marking. It does hit, but it does not get the efficient damage needed. Doomfist still playing in the backline here and really just fighting hard to live, but not living long enough. Able to zone them away. Stevenson is on the play. Overclock activated by both sides here. They're looking for some action. Who's going to get the first pick off here? Seems the Doomfist is trying to play in a very aggressive style, and it's not paying off. The gravitational flux is into effect now, and they're just following up more and more. Loafer, however, able to turn the tides here with a quadruple kill. They may be able to save this for the side of the Tigers here. They do, in fact! From down, just out of nowhere, they're able to bring it on home. 6 minutes remain on the clock on this 10-minute match here. But Stevenson has the close spawn. And as for the side of the Tigers here, Mojo is playing the toe line here. Just playing it very close, and they get it to the halfway mark, stopping the close spawn. However, they do lose one immediately. Coming around the side, Mojo's going in for a play, but not really able to find anything, unfortunately. Tune back in over to Stevenson here. Take a look at this. They're just playing around the sides, and despite even the block, it doesn't matter. The damage is too great to be handled for them to stay alive. They have to regroup, back off, and try to get themselves repositioned. For Stevenson, they're going to try to take an inch and make it a mile. Baptiste is going to be the one for them to hunt here. They want to knock him on down. Baptiste looking very injured. What's this coming around from the side? The Sunburst coming into effect. They now swap over to the Ramatra, but even with the cleanse, that's not enough to escape. They can't teleport away in time, as they're just finding one after the other after the other. They're coming right around the side here. Reaper looking one, and now coming around the side, it's up to Sneaky Shot to really clutch it up, but unfortunately for them, it's a fist to the face. The window's active from either side. They need to really utilize it. Mojo's able to find 1, 2, looking for 3, most definitely, but Neon's going to trade it on back here. Neon using that window, but what's this? Ult coming on out with the assistance of Neon and the gravitational flux there. That's not looking good for the Tigers. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. They need to get people on, but they just don't have the manpower at the moment. But thankfully, despite all odds, they were able to bring it back around and stay alive to fight another day. There's no one that can't say that these players are not giving it their all. They are working their hardest to keep alive in this series here. Now coming up around the side, looking to see if they can find a pick off here. Let's try to tune it over to the Ramatra. Try to see how they're going to be utilizing this Annihilation coming up. Just waiting for the build up here as they get the check close spawn knocked away yet again. He seems to not want to utilize his Nemesis farm as long as possible. Going right into the back line, but at what risk here, mind you? Now activating the Nemesis. But look out, the Sunburst is coming on through, looking for the play from behind. And it's going to be one. And just looking to see who else they can catch on out. The fight goes in favor of the Tigers, and it's just going to be playing for the cleanups here. Legend in a very, very difficult position, but does fall in the end. Stevenson has time for another recontest here, but will have to be mindful with these last 3 minutes on the clock. Has to be smart with how they position themselves. Take a look at Loafer here. Death Blossom is ready, and every time they've used it, they've done big. They had huge value out of it. So little do they know he's going to be running into the back line here. Here it comes right away. It gets the one, but that's it. It's not going to be finding anything else from that. Instead, they're able to find 2, make the picks off as needed. Let's tune over into Lucio, who's trying to escape from the Sojourn, who's just laying down the law. Quits is on a roll, and he's not stopping. 2 minutes remaining here, and they're going to be taking possession of the robot yet again. Ultimate economy is looking here pretty good for the side of Stevenson. As for the Tigers, they're trying to work it up. Sneaky Shot's going to be trying to get this overclock working, and B drops online. Next will have to be the Kitsune Rush, but only if the Kiriko does not get picked off here. Kiriko's in a very, very bad position for themselves. Beat drop does get activated, forcing it on out. Now Dragon's going to be played as well. No, I stand corrected. I misheard, in fact. Looking around the side here, they're looking to see who they can follow it up on, but they're just keeping their space here. Take a look on the flank here. Legend just trying to get a pick off on that Alari, but they do take down Rhea. Rhea having fallen, that's not going to be good for them. They don't have the speed movement they used to have, and Sneaky Shot gets punished for the overextension there. Now coming into the side, it's just the Queen of Crew, as Neon is looking to get some additional damage, especially on the Lucio, just missing the follow-up shot. Stevenson wants to make sure that the opponents cannot touch, but they do need to get that close spawn. As there's still a minute left, the game's not over, so do try to get this bot close enough to be prepared for another push. Sneaky Shot getting rocked on out. Dragon's coming in face first, finds Rhea, and there's now an annihilation into effect. Mojo Evil going into the backline here, but is it enough? It seems to be so, as they're finding their picks. They just want to play defensively smart here as they eliminate their opponents successfully. They're able to turn the tides yet again down to the wire. We're down to 30 seconds here, and it's looking like Reaper wants to challenge the Hanzo, but that's a very risque play, especially with a healer to support. Legend, however, is not going to be able to escape thanks to the pull. 15 seconds remain now. Aku playing with fire, jumping around that side so willingly. It seems that Hanzo has the long spawn here, so moving on into this, you're going to have to work with the Blizzard to try to secure this win here for the Tigers. They can't afford to lose the bot here on out. That's not going to be a Blizzard coming on out, as well as the gravitational flux as well. Rocks coming in to the face, quits on a roll yet again. Legend able to follow it on up. Low for trying for the death blossom, giving out all the stops, but that's going to face it, folks. Stevenson University takes the series. And lo and behold, the final play of the game. None other than Loafer with the butcher of a Death Blossom. Just sitting in the backline, jumping on people's head. Style points awarded to him. Persevering through the thick and thin. Nonetheless, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in to tonight's match. I'll be seeing you all next time. Bye-bye.